Wabta if I kicked one of my bridesmaids from my wedding? A little backstory. The backstory is going to be long cause the context is needed. Me and this girl I'll call Elle for the story, became friends at work about a year and a half ago when she got moved to my weekend. I didn't think we'd blended well, but we did have fun at work and she kept asking to hang out. So I finally did. We actually had a lot of fun and became pretty good friends. Or so I thought anyways. We became inseparable at work and everyone knew us to be together if possible. We started hanging out all the time. My best friend I'll call B also worked PRN at this job, so she also met Elle and we all got along and would hang out. B. And I had a third best friend that I'll call K. B and I would always hang with Elle and K separately because I did not think Elle and K would get along. Elle can come off very judgy and stuck up, even though she said she wasn't. But K on the other hand is a free spirit and doesn't judge a soul. Well, they both kept begging, so finally we all hung out together. It was great. We had the best time. I loved it and was so happy I could hang with all my best friends at once. So of course we started doing group things every week. We even started a weekly margarita night. It was probably one of the best times of my life, but it was short-lived. I'm not going to be going into any major details because it's kind of irrelevant, but there was some drama in between K and Elle. K was a little jealous of Elle because we all worked together and all lived in the same town versus K did not work with us and lived about 20 minutes away. So we did unintentionally hang out quite a bit more, because K also got off of work 4 hours after us, but we all had a conversation and it was resolved. Ever since then Elle had a grudge against K. She felt like K had something against her and didn't like her. She wasn't as talkative to K anymore and wouldn't put an effort into the friendship anymore. Anything K did, Elle had a comment to make. It became apparent Elle didn't like K anymore, but she would say she did and didn't have a problem with her and that it was K that had a problem and didn't like her when we would bring it up. But K had previously apologized and was acting like everything was normal and fine and treated Elle like she had before. So fast forward, there's a lot of tension between them but neither of them are admitting it, and so B and I started hanging just us two to kind of get a break. Well, we obviously still work with Elle so we still see her. Fast forward some more and B and I are kind of having tension between us and K. It was really stupid and it really only happened because we are young 23 girls and obviously tend to take some things more personally than they are and tend to not be the best at communicating. Well, B and I stupidly told Elle one day at work because we were frustrated about it, and in hindsight now, Elle took this as her chance to bounce. Elle was in our ears with every little thing K did, and honestly and not innocently on our part. Eventually Elle turned us against K. There was a big fight with all of us and K left the GC and the friendship was ended. A few weeks go by, and I start seeing Elle doing the same thing to B. Always having a comment and always making simple things B was doing seemed to have an alternative motive. I was tired of being in the middle of the tension, so I told both Elle and B separately that they needed to talk to each other and not through me. As I said that to Elle, I already knew that she wasn't interested in trying to fix things. She was saying things like, well, Edek, if I want to try cause it'll probably go nowhere, and if I text her will she even reply? Or I guess I'll try, but it probably won't go anywhere. And to give a little detail on why they were having tension is because Elle would not talk to B when we would all work together. Or if she did, she wouldn't be interested in anything B had to say. Elle only liked talking about herself and getting the attention onto her, which we had previously noticed and we kind of just got tired of it, but brushed under the rug to avoid drama. So B stopped attempting to have conversations with her at work. Another important detail is she would only do this at work. She wasn't like this outside of work as much, but at work she wanted to be the center of attention with everyone. So like I said, B just kept to herself when they worked together cause it would annoy her. And she was PRN anyways, so she was barely there. Elle would come to me about it. Me on the other hand noticed this behavior but just put up with it because I don't really care and I'm just there to work and go home. She can have all the attention if she really needs it. And that's how B felt too. But I did peep it. Sorry if that was all over the place. The gist of it is Elle wants to be the center of attention all the time, so B stopped trying because she didn't care to compete, and Elle took it personally and started coming to me saying B is rude and doesn't like her. So jump back forward. I told them to talk and Elle didn't seem to like that idea. I tell B and she's open to it and decides to message Elle. They start talking and B calls and asks if she should just let it all out. And I tell her yes, everything, so she can say everything she needs to say and the miscommunication can be fixed and the tension can be gone, but to just not attack Elle and say it nicely. Well, I bet you can guess it. B tells her how she feels and why she's been distant and Elle plays the victim. Elle doesn't say anything to B about what she had been telling me and basically tells B she knows she's a bad person and understands why she doesn't like her. I roll emoji because are you kidding me? I don't say anything because that's between them and I'm just over the drama at this point. Well, Elle texts our GC and says she's going to stay home that weekend as 3 had plans because she needs to sit at home and think about how she's such a bad person and reflect to make herself better. At this point I'm tired of going around in circles, and as man as it sounds, I didn't want to give her the attention she was looking for, so I tell her okay and move move on. After that, L and B friendship basically ended. I had a friendship with B and a friendship with L. B would still reach out and try to make plans, and L always had an excuse. L and I still hung out, but she'd get upset if I had plans with B. Fast forward again, and it's been a few weeks and me and B start talking and reminiscing and realize that we actually really miss K. We go back and forth with it for a week or two, and then I decide to text K and apologize and see if she is wanting to rekindle our friendship. I forgot to add this in before, but me and B were friends with K for like 2 years before we met, so there was a lot of history and love there. I had also getting proposed to while we weren't friends with K, and I felt like she was supposed to be there. Anyways, I reached out to K. She had also missed us and apologized, and we decided to hang out as three, me, B and K, that night because we really missed each other. We didn't post about it or anything to avoid making L feel left out. I wasn't going to see L for a few days at work, so I decided to text her the next day and tell her about the rekindling and letting her know that if she didn't feel comfortable being friends with K, that I completely understood, but I just wanted to update her on my life, so she wasn't blindsided and confused or felt like we went behind her back. She said she didn't care, and we had a short conversation about it, and I could tell that she did care and she was upset, but she kept saying she wasn't, so I let it go. After that, me and L took a turn, and that's kind of where we are now. I started planning things for the wedding, so I was kinda distracted for a couple of weeks. I was looking up things and ordering things and just not really hanging out with anybody because I was just really excited. At work, though, me and Elle were just the same in my eyes. We were hanging out and having fun at work and gossiping and doing what best friends do when they work together. Well, I come to find out that she's been talking bad about me and anything that I basically do and making up lies, so I take a step back because I don't really feel like having a conversation about it. And I really just want to enjoy the feeling of being engaged without any drama. Things are tense between us because she doesn't know that I know, but she obviously isn't very happy with me and I'm not very happy with her, so it's just kind of awkward at work. We weren't gonna see each other for a couple weeks at work because we were both taking different weeks off back to back, and so I texted her at the beginning and expressed my feelings and what I had heard and apologized for anything that I might have done, and I asked if anything I had done bothered her. And, I bet you can guess it, she told me no, and that she wasn't mad and that nothing I was doing was bothering her. And I told her that I was hearing rumors about her talking about me, and she said she had no idea what I was talking about because she wasn't. I said okay, and then I loved her, and she said the same, and that we missed each other and we moved on. She did not text me anymore. I was the only one reaching out. I would have events at my place like a grill out with a bunch of friends or bonfire, and I would always invite her, and she would never want to come, which is completely okay obviously. But then I hear at work once again that she is talking about me and that she's telling people that I just forgot about her and that I don't invite her to anything and that I'm being a bad friend even though I'm texting her like every other day about random stuff. And she's giving me dry responses and I'm inviting her to literally everything that I host. During this time, I was also having problems with my boss, and so with that on top of the drama with Elle, and a lot of personal things going on in my life, I quit my job. She did not reach out at all. And honestly, I didn't text her either because I was upset and I just didn't care to reach out to her at that moment. I was hurt hearing all these things and I wanted her to care about me for once versus only caring about herself. I had a lot going on in my life and she never checked on me or asked if I was okay. I understand she can't read my mind, but she knows me and she knows that if I just quit on the spot, there would probably be more going on than just me being mad at my boss. Fast forward, I hear from past co-workers that she's just been talking about me every single day since I quit. Any single bad thing that she can think of say about me she does. And 90 of them are not even true, she's just making up rumors. I have not texted her one time since I quit and she is still telling people things about me that she would have no idea about because she has also not reached out to me. Just to put it out there, it's not just one or two co-workers. It's like every single one of them. That was over a month of her doing that and not reaching out, not once. This past weekend, I decided to go back to that job for a different position at a different part of the building. Even more co-workers found me when I was there doing paperwork and such and told me about it, even higher ups. And I also found out that she's been saying she doesn't even want to be a part of my wedding, but every time I would bring it up in the past about if she doesn't feel comfortable because she doesn't like Kay and another girl that's in my wedding R. She doesn't like R because before Elle got with her now husband, R had slept with him, but that was before they even started dating, and R doesn't even know Elle that she doesn't have to be in it if she doesn't want to, and she always tells me that it's my day and she loves me and that she will put her differences aside to be a good friend, which obviously isn't the case because she hasn't attended anything that I planned and she's been saying she doesn't even want to be part of my wedding. Obviously to you guys, it's gonna be a no-brainer to say yes that I should kick her from the wedding, but the only reason I'm asking is because I know that she is going to make herself a victim and make me a villain, and I really don't want drama the first week back to my job. She she's also going to act like she has no idea what I'm talking about when I text her and play innocent. I'm just at a loss on what I do or how I should word it or if I should even text her. My fiancé and others have said to not even text her because she knows what she did and she can't be upset if she's telling people she doesn't want to be in it in the first place. But I just feel grimy doing that. I feel like I should be a bigger person and text her. So somebody please let me know what you would do.